It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show with Lady Love, Bad Bunny, and I go by Miss Lissa. We gon' wake that ass up. Alright, it's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show. We give you what you need, yo. You need, yo. Every 3 times a week, yo. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show.
Yeah, bacon, egg, and cheese, about to wake that ass up. Girl, who is you playing with? Wake that ass up. Told your big daddy when you wake your ass up. Yo, what is you waiting for? Wake that ass up.
After we do the show, then stop. Then what? Subscribe it like it's hot. After we do the show, then stop. Now what? Subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. Subscribe it like it's hot.
What's up, ladies? What's up? Happy Friday.
Oh, my chick got the wiggity.
Good morning.
wiggity
Happy
whack.
Friday. I'm going to keep muting mine because I'm outside. Share the love. Share the live. Happy Friday. You know the vibes. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. What's happening?
Hey, yo, what is this shit? Yo, IG is doo-doo. Hey, everybody, TGIF.
All right. Well, we in the building. Miss Lissa's outside the building. Babs is trying to find the right filter for the building, but it's Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Friday edition. We are your host, co-host. I just said everybody's name. Okay, yeah. It's hot as hell out here in Georgia. Definitely crazy out here. But yeah, it's a lot going on in the news, a lot going on in the media. So let's just run through some things today. I saw a lot of interesting things. Okay, Bunny, that's how I feel when I be drinking too much.
Yo, I cannot. Yo, freaking, I'm done. Here we are. We on regular mode. My comments froze. I'm fucking tight.
Okay, share the love, share the live.
I'm
Happy
about to
Friday. It's
back.
Freaky Friday. We're experiencing some technical difficulties, but it's still the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, baby. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you are following the BEC Show on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any exclusive content. Ow. Now, you say you saw a lot of topics. I'm working on trying to get the Wi-Fi so I can pull up the list. But something that I do know that was on the list and something that is definitely a hot topic is allegedly Nick Cannon doesn't miss a shot, and he may have multiple babies on the way by multiple women. So we'll go to the ladies for commentary. How do y'all feel about Nick Cannon? Now, we did talk about on a past episode that Nick Cannon has said that until he feels like he can have the same relationship or the same fun, the same kind of situation as Mariah Carey, he doesn't see himself getting into a marriage. So for him to keep having these babies, people are, of course, scrutinizing his decisions. How do you ladies feel?
I'm here for it. You know, everybody's consenting. I'm here. He got, well, the financial part we know is taken care of. I don't know how much time he's actually spending with these children, but you know, it is what it is. That's what I say, and I'm here for it. You know, if I could do it, I would, but I can't. So you know,
You would have children with multiple men, or if you were a man, you would have children with multiple women?
both.
Okay, we're gonna bring somebody up.
I need 10 baby daddies. What y'all talking about?
Lady Luck, what up?
What up, VS the King? Welcome to the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. This is Miss Lissa. That's Brooklyn Babs.
What's going on?
VS, we wanted a man's opinion, so Nick Cannon.
Right, you know, we got to, you know,
Go ahead.
Where you at, you know?
Okay. Nick Cannon.
You're
He said, I don't know whose background it is, but what up, Lauren? He is on baby number 9, allegedly. So
You serious?
Yeah, you as a man, how do you feel about a man having multiple children with multiple women,
All
and
right.
all of them being like the same age. What up, Lycan?
All right. So I'm gonna tell you. So I got different baby mamas, right? But not 9.
You're one of them. Okay, this is good.
So I don't got 9. I don't have 8. I don't have 4. You understand what I'm saying? I think that if he can afford it, that's his seed, legacy, and stuff like that. I think that when people get to talking, you just gotta listen sometimes and then hear who's saying it. You know what I'm saying? If he can afford it, cool. If he can't afford it, if he can't give the attention to these kids and like really, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta really pay attention to kids and really be there for them. You can't just be rich and just giving these kids nannies and stuff like that. You really gotta be into them, because one thing I love about the ghetto is that no matter what mothers was going through in the hood, they stuck with their kids. You know what I'm saying? Even if they had 5. So I say I wish the best for Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? I like the brother. So I don't have nothing negative to say. All positives over here. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna sit back and see how this play out. You gotta see how it play out.
Well, thank you for joining Big Egg and Cheese Show. Tell wifey I send my love and stuff like that. I know you got your project. I know you got a bunch of things you're working on. Tell the people.
Hey yo, Luck. I gotta get you on the project, Luck. I never forget when we battled at Def Jam and we was young and we was we was so cocky. It's like nobody won, nobody lost. And I like the fact that you stepped to your shit. Like when you wasn't no scary type, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something. I applaud you, Babs, and I applaud your whole team, the young lady at the bottom too. All y'all doing y'all thing. Babs, I remember when you was at Bad Boy. I was on the street team at Bad Boy for 5 years. When James Cruz, Malcolm Miles, Mike B was driving the truck. You understand what I'm saying? So we all got history. Look, we got the plaques back here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So we what I'm saying is this. Y'all ladies do not have multiple baby fathers. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women are going at the guys that got money. You understand? They're using babies as the strip pole now. You know what I'm saying? Is like a baby is job security now for these ladies, and it's disrespectful. And a lot of these guys are senseless. That's why I said, let me see how it play out, because if he proves to be a good father and not being used, then it all makes sense. But if he's just going around just like, you know what I'm saying, trying to feed his ego, that's a bit much. Don't you think?
Yeah. Well, we definitely appreciate you bringing the male perspective onto the Big Egg Cheese Show. VS, I'm going to DM you when we done here.
Say less.
All right, my guy. Y'all make sure y'all follow VS the King. I'm just going to speak from a perspective of a woman whose dad has on his obituary 11 children. It is rumored to be up to 23 children, but we are claiming 11, and I found another sister, so I know it's 12. Nah, I'm not here for it. Me personally, I know what it is to not get that time. You know, my sister was telling me the other day, we bought houses right across from each other. My sister told me love is spelled Time. Because me, I'm quick to drop groceries off. I'm quick to drop toys off. And that's how I show I love you, because I'm in here all day long in my spaceship just working. And she's like, nah, you got to come watch a movie. You got to do this type of thing. Having so many children, somebody going to get the short end of the stick. Like if I have 11 cats, I can't give all 11 cats love. If I got 9 dogs, I can't give, you know what I'm saying? So especially if these homes are broken, like if y'all all growing up under one roof, like my mom would tell you it was only 5 girls, and my mom said that she didn't get the attention that she deserved because of different things. I just feel like sometimes having, you know, and people have large families, and I'm not coming against them at all. And I celebrate black love. We had the young lady who was on the show, Bab's friend, who had 10, 11 kids. I'm here for it. But when they grow up, sit down with them and ask them how they feel. You get what I'm saying? And I think it's selfish. I think it's irresponsible. I don't care how much money you have. You know, emotionally, somebody's going to get the short end of the stick emotionally. You can't make everybody's basketball game, football game. You cannot support. It is impossible to support all of those children emotionally. Impossible. That's it.
You're right, and y'all need to go watch the show, or the documentary Our Father on Netflix. It's about a doctor, a fertility doctor, and he was inserting his sperm in all of these different women, and he got about 50 children out here. It's a crazy, yeah, it's crazy. And they found what happened, love?
Go ahead.
They found out about each other on Ancestry, and one of the daughters, she said that she wanted to find out her other side of the family. She already knew that her mother got inseminated. She knew that. She said she found that out when she was 10 years old. So she said she called first she called the doctor, the facility, and the doctor was like, yeah, your mother information is tore up, thrown out, it's sealed. The record's sealed. You can never find out who your father or your siblings, because the mother told her that the doctor said that the sperm could be used up to 3 times. And so she said she thought it was a wrap. Like, all right, I can't do nothing about it. Next thing you know, DNA comes out. She was like, oh, I'm going to take a DNA test. She got excited. She put on Ancestry, and that shit popped up and said she has 7 siblings. So she was bugging, because her mother told her that the sperm could only be used 3 times. So she should only have 2 siblings, but she had 7. And so that started her investigation, and y'all need to go watch this shit. It's really good. Really good.
Over in the UK right now, who willingly knows that he has like a genetic disorder that causes the children to have low IQ. He himself has low IQ, and it's just really heartbreaking. But there were lesbian couples over there in the UK, and they went on like the black market. So they didn't go through the sperm banks. They went like on Facebook, and he's like, yo, I got this. And now he's on trial, and they arrested him because he had like 20 something kids, but knowingly knew that he has a genetic disorder. And the lesbian couple, they had 2 kids by him.
Yeah.
And one of the kids has learning disabilities and low IQ and things of that nature. So it's just very scary out here, very scary. But,
yes.
you know,
I seen that article. You had sent it to me. We were supposed to run through it in one of the topics. But that's crazy. Somebody in the comment asked what's the name of the show. The name of the show is called Our Father. It's on Netflix. It's a really good watch. And I found out that for so many years, they didn't have laws in the fertility clinics. And that's why these doctors was able to do this. This man did this. Imagine, Lissa, you in a relationship, you married, your husband, y'all trying to have a baby. You think it's you, but you find out he got a low sperm count. So now you have to get inseminated. They gotta, take the sperm, put it in you. And so your husband go, you like, yeah. Y'all have this baby, and then come to find out 20-something years later that that's not your husband's kid, that's actually the doctor's kid. This man was in the back beating off, and then going right in the room and inserting the sperm right into them. So some of the women was like, they feel like they was the R word. Like, because
I would feel like that too. I would definitely feel violated.
Yeah, they was like to know that he was in the side room just beating off while they was laid up in the room, and then they came in there, he's still drippy, and then he's up in the vulva. Like, that's crazy.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nita B. Thank you to everybody who's buying badges too. Shout out to y'all. So
I can't hear. They added me to the live, y'all. I can't hear. This is serious. Hello?
hey, Miss, I saw you right in the comments that you said you had how many children?
I'm a mother of 9.
Okay, a mother of 9. And that takes a lot of strength as a woman of melanin and things of that nature. But could you enlighten the audience on what it was that you wrote in the comment?
I was stating that, it was selfish of me. I was married But, once my kids grew up, I tried to be a good mother because I'm a child advocate. I work in daycare and all this stuff. I went to some trainings. I tried to be a good mother, but now I feel like I've failed because you can't give everybody the love that they require. You can't, it causes jealousy, envy, so much, and yeah, it's unfair to the kids to have so many, and I see that now. I do the best I can. I got 1,000 grandbabies and stuff, but and like I said, men wasn't taught to stick around. As women, we know we stick around and we raising moms, but men, my kids say you just a nigger lover, man lover, excuse my expression. But I say, through my times, men do what the world has been doing, and men don't stick around as much, you know. So men they need, and I have 4 boys, and I had my girls first, and I don't know what to do to guide them and make them be better men and stuff. So that's just why I saw this, and I always see you on there, and I'm like, I just want to come in and say it. It made me want to cry because it's so hard, our people. Woo! It's hard.
Well, thank you
So,
for
yeah.
transparency first,
Thank you. Thank you.
and thank you for giving your perspective. Well, look, you strong. God got your back. You got all healthy kids and all them healthy grandkids. All right, everybody came out healthy and smart, and we just really appreciate you. And you don't look like you had no 9 kids, so you blessed across the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And we have a prayer line tomorrow at 10 a.m. The link is in my bio. 10 a.m. time. We would love for you to call in. We just love to cover you and just make sure that the spirit is always, always around.
This is my
All right.
first time ever being able to reach out to the world just to express something so I can know, because I'm on social media. I'm private with that part because it touches my heart because I love people and I believe in people, and when it's just, yes. That's all. Thank you for allowing me to come on to be able to express and say because it feels so good because I'm still trying to figure out how to push my people forward. I got a 26-year-old boy, like 3 or 4 of them still live at home. They're not even bad people, but it's just a lot, and stuff. So yes, I would love to be on that prayer line with you guys.
Well, just make sure you hit the link in Lady Luck's bio or follow Free Dot Ministry on Instagram. And Dr. Lycan suggested that you find some mentors in your area, like see if there's any like mentorship programs or big brother, big sister programs that maybe can assist you in dealing with your young men.
Yeah.
And we definitely appreciate you and your transparency. You're going to help somebody else through your story. So thank you for that.
What state are you in?
I'm in the state of Texas, Fort Worth, Texas.
All right, cool.
I'm in Texas too. Ew.
All right, we're going to link. Thank you so much for coming on here, Bonita. Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
That's Bonita
How do I get off? Let me get out y'all.
I got you. That's Bonita Speed. Thank you for everybody buying the badge. My baby buying the badge. Miss Bonita Speed, 1964. Make sure y'all follow her. Show some love. Oh, thank you, Casey. Everybody, Overflow. Everybody who pay. We get paid on Friday. We get paid on. Oh, Mr. Handsome. Oh, we get paid on Friday.
Do y'all feel like parents? Do y'all feel like parents should have to like take a test and get a license, like kind of like driving, like to prove that you're gonna be like a good parent before you can be one?
I don't think so because you don't know what type of child you're going to have. And at the end of the day, you have, just like as an adult, you deal with people as individuals, you have to deal with your child as an individual. So you don't know what you're going to be getting, and so I don't think that taking a class could teach you, you know what I'm saying, when you don't know. You got 3 kids and all 3 of them dealing with 3 different type of things.
But maybe they'll teach you like, first of all, they'll teach you like you should learn like, the Heimlich maneuver and CPR and stuff, but then they could teach you like mental health stuff and how to deal with your anger and communication so that way you can handle certain things, whether you have, a child with developmental issues or not. Is like sometimes as mothers, I know we have like, sometimes we have short fuses or things going on. And I know that I've been working on just how I'm dealing with everything as a whole. And it's been helping me, especially as a mother. And it's like, I know that as a child, I didn't always feel heard. Like we were told stay in a child's place, or be seen and not heard. Like I couldn't always speak up, and sometimes when I was just asking natural questions, I was being told that I was being too grown. But I was really like, and that happens even now with my daughter. My daughter's very straightforward, and she asks direct questions. And sometimes my grandmother thinks she's talking back, but she's really just asking a question. So it's like, maybe that's something parents should learn.
I agree with you. I thought of that before. Maybe there was a movie about that thing. I just feel like there's too many irresponsible people having children. You know what I'm saying? And then when they're irresponsible and they're poisoning the mind of these kids, then we have to deal with that. As society, we have to deal with the effect of certain things. Like, I'm just saying, like, I've seen people who didn't deserve to have children. That's not my point. That's not my part to say. But I also dated 2 different girls who had children when they were young. And then as they grew into themselves, they had another child, and they raised that child completely different than they did when they first was outside popping.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because now they went through life. Like,
that happens often.
I've always been an advocate of people waiting until they, around their 30s to have a child, because I feel like in your 20s, you just a grown teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just getting into yourself, finding out the world and things of that nature. And I think that we should give, ourselves a chance. But when people had these kids, especially in our neighborhoods and in our community, it's like a lot of rap is influencing the people. You know what I mean? And I agree with you totally, Miss Lissa. I feel like everybody should get a license, like how they do in China. You know what I mean? Rap, that's like
I disagree. I disagree with that.
We would have less broken homes, Bunny.
I mean, I disagree because I know how life goes and life shifts. And somebody could pass that class today and be effed up 2-3 years later. At the end of the day, I just can't go for that. I know how much life shifts, how people are different, and you got to deal with your children differently. We grew up in a different era. And so at the end of the day, I wouldn't say, oh, I wasn't able to talk. Nobody was able to talk around that time. But I watch how parents, how my parents are with their grandchildren is completely different. My grandparents was different with me. My father and mother used to always tell me, girl, the stuff you get away with, mommy or daddy would have did this to me. So I just feel like that's the shift in life. And so we got more information than our parents have, and our parents had more information than their parents had. And that's just how I look at it. Everybody's a different individual. No test is going to make me believe that you could be a great parent. I just don't. And everybody's going to make a mistake. Nobody's going to be a perfect parent. That's a fact.
You know what a lot of us in our community don't speak about? So my mom, she has OCD. Like, she gets up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. She wants to clean. She wants to do things. And I told her, you are a great grandchild of a slave. A lot of us are first, second, third generation removed from slavery. So with the children should be seen and not heard, that was all through our community. That's the people, they grandkids from slaves. And that came from somewhere in the time when we were being extremely oppressed. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of things in our community that we don't even know. Like, there's impossible. We have PTSD because of our parents. And that came directly from their grandparents who were still in the plantation. Like, my mother asked me the other day, she was like, wait a minute, my grandmother was a slave? I'm like, hell yeah. What are you talking about? Where did that come from?
My grandfather worked in the fields. You know, he had to drop out of school. Shout out to my grandfather who dropped out of school in the 3rd grade and had to go work in the fields. And he didn't learn how to really read or write until he went into the military, you know, because my grandfather went into the military. He was in World War II. And so at the end of the day, I get it. I totally get it. But I still feel like it got to be a balance. Sometimes my sons feel like he could say too much. I don't feel like kids should be able to just say anything and do anything. I do feel like it needs to be a balance. I'm going to tell you one thing that I realized as an adult. And I've said this to my mother. I said, Mommy, When we was growing up, you made me eat food that I did not like. And I was like, that. I said, I don't understand why you did that. I said,
I don't
because
want to eat liver. I
yes,
got beat for putting the liver under the tablecloth. I don't want to eat chicken gizzards.
Yes, and a child has their own taste buds. And I told my mother, I said, everything you cooked was something you liked. You ain't make nothing you didn't like and sat there and ate it. You know what I'm saying? What would it have hurt? One thing, I did not like curry chicken when I was growing up. My grandfather's Trinidadian, so my mother grew up on curry. And so I used to come home, Ma, what's for dinner? And she'd be like, curry chicken. And I start crying. And I'd be like, I'm hungry. And she'd be like, you ain't hungry? I'd be like, I'm starving. She's like, you ain't starving, because if you were starving, you would eat anything. And so I had to sit there and eat this food that I did not like. And she knew I didn't like it. And she made it again and again and again and again. So now when I spoke this to her, she told me that I was right. And I watch her with my son. And she asks him what he wants to eat. She don't make nothing that he don't like, you know. And I just, when we grew up, we had to do that. Whatever was cooked, whatever the parent, because they was making food that they liked, period.
My mother made turkey wings one time, and my sister make them now, and they rocking. But my mother made turkey wings. My sister said, these are nasty. She wasn't saying the food was nasty. She said turkey wings. She got her ass beat. Ma, you remember that? Ma, you remember your beat shot tactic? She said turkey wings. What up, Lissa?
Share the love, share the live. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. You already know.
yes,
Freaky Friday.
That is traumatizing, feeding children stuff that they don't want to eat. But, you know, and then my dad was like, well, what if you had 3 or 4 kids? You couldn't be making 3 or 4 different meals. And I'm like, I'm not saying that. But if you making chicken and you know I don't like barbecue sauce, then why are you putting barbecue sauce on all the chicken? Just take one piece of chicken and put it to the side with no sauce on it.
Huh? Nothing, mother. I'm just kidding. I love you too.
Making me eat spinach out the can. Kids got different taste buds. There's a lot of stuff I didn't eat when I was a kid that I love now. But spinach out the can with no chopped onions and 8 different seasonings in it, that's disgusting.
Ladies and welcome Mo Betta to the show. This is my brother. Not only is he one of the greatest rappers that I've ever met, he is an extreme philanthropist. He raises money, Santa Claus. He's always raising money for kids, raising money for everybody out there. He goes to the show and wins big time because he donates all the time. So I wanted to just bring him up and give his opinion on the topic at hand.
Oh man, I got so many opinions. At first, like I missed the part, so I thought maybe y'all was talking about Nick Cannon having a bunch of kids or something.
We did. That's how it started.
Okay, so listen, I got this theory about that, and it could be wild, but anything's possible these days, right? So you know, Nick Cannon's supposed to. All right, first of all these years he went without having kids. Like he had kids, but he wasn't having 5 a year, right? Went a long time without having kids. Now, he's supposed to be doing a documentary on Dr. Sebi, correct? Nick Cannon's clearly having unprotected sex with a bunch of different people.
On purpose.
On purpose. Does he believe that, does he know what the cure for AIDS is? Did he find it out in his research and this information from Dr. Sebi? Is he trying to give it to himself to prove that this black man did something great and there's really a cure for it?
How do you know he's not making them get STD tests?
No, he may. That's why I said I could be reaching, but it's just that theory popped in my head. Because it seems wild to me that he's having 3 or 4 a year now. Like, you didn't become a sex addict at age 40. If you were a sex addict, you were a sex addict all this time. Why didn't you have 5 kids every year before?
That's because he was with one of the baddest bitches in the game. He had them wearing his chain, Mariah. She ain't want all them kids.
Did he? Why not? Why he want them now?
Maybe he always wanted them.
So then why not have them with Mariah?
Because she ain't want them.
Okay, I can go with that. I can go with that. But you was preaching when you was talking about that food. I ain't gonna lie to you. Babs, I threw up on purpose one time. I said, I bet you don't ask me to eat this again. Mother never made it again. Never. Not even for herself.
For itself, you messed it up for her too.
Hey, I ain't like the way it smelled. Like, don't even bring that in here. We good over here. But as
You didn't like curry either? You talking about curry?
no, I ain't talking about curry. It was some,
Oh, I'm about to say, nobody like
some
curry
dessert
no
my
more?
mother made. But what you were talking about a class for parents, it's funny because I used to wish that there was some type of way that you could test a parent, not even a parent, like a person to not make them even have sex. Like if you got two kids and you already ain't paying child support, like you shouldn't even be allowed to procreate anymore. Like I don't know. I like clearly you can't regulate that, but that's just what I wanted. Like you already proved you're not going to be there, so you don't get to do this again.
If you make them pay a tax maybe, or like, if it's government regulation that, if you do that and you're not paying your child support and you have additional children, maybe you should just go straight to jail. Like, don't pass
But
go.
see, this is my thing about don't pass go. So this is my thing about the jail situation. They can't pay child support there either. They're not earning money there. I mean, you can press up license plates. You get what, 5 cents an hour, but that doesn't seem the answer to not paying child support, to put them somewhere where they can't earn money to pay child support, and then they're getting further behind. I get that the thought was to threaten them, hey, I'm going to put you in jail if you don't pay it, but some of them are willing to go, and now you're even further behind. So that isn't the answer.
Shout out legendary Bink the Monster just slid through the queue. I agree. I just think, I appreciate the other theory of maybe he's having kids, like Nunu said it, because somebody might be compatible with the blood type he needs. But now that you remind me of the Dr. Sebi thing, I definitely feel like it might be over there. I just say 9 is too much. And whatever the reason is, and whatever the reason is, whatever it is, I just feel like emotionally those kids will be affected.
Well, my grandmother's one of 12. My mother's one of 6. The difference with that is they're all by the same people, so they're all in the same house. Nick's going to have to go to different places, and Nick's a busy guy. He was taking college classes at Howard University. He's filming the show. You know what I'm saying? And money, clearly, it helps make life a little easier, but emotions are different. Even if you have 2 kids, one's going to feel there's favoritism. My grandmother has 2 siblings, and she felt like her sister got all this love from her mother, and she didn't. My sister probably thinks that I'm my mother's favorite, and I don't feel like my mother treated us any differently.
But I feel like that goes back to dealing with your child as an individual. So what happens if you got 2 kids and one of them have a disability? And so now you got to cater to that disability more. And
Yeah,
so now the other child could feel like, well, what happens when it's 3 kids and one of them bad as hell? And you always got to run up to the school and run around and do this with this kid and go
it
to
requires more
counseling
time.
with this kid. It requires more time. That goes with dealing with the child as an individual. So it doesn't matter if it's 1, 2. I mean, yeah, 1 is 1. I mean, if it's 2, 3, or 4, it could still be the same issue with 2 kids.
Right.
Because one,
You
what
still have
happens
to
if
hold yourself accountable to spend time with your children. So if
Yeah.
you have one that has developmental issues that you have to spend more time doing other things, and you have other children, you need to create a day like, okay, well, Wednesdays is your day, or at least 1 hour a week. Like I have one child and I'm very busy, and I want to make sure, because sometimes I'm so busy, it feels like we didn't have any real time together other than schoolwork or some shit that's not fun. So it's like every Saturday is our day. So it's like we
Even
know
with
that
one
Saturdays
child,
we go, yes, even with
even
one
with no,
child
what I
because
was gonna say is even with one
oh
child, something else can come into play there too. They feel one parent, other. If both parents are okay,
yeah,
I have a stepson. If I have to go do overtime and work on Saturday, and his mother went to the basketball game on Saturday, he may look at me like, you didn't get to come to my game. You don't never come to my game. You always working. So in that regard, I have to make up for it and go in the backyard and pull the basketball court out, and I have to spend time helping him practice. I may not be at the game, but I'm still a part of the desire of basketball.
but he still might still feel like
He might.
you was in the backyard, but you wasn't at my game. And so that's what I mean by You just don't never know. Now, what y'all touched about is men going to jail for not paying child support. I feel like men. I think that fathers should have like scores, like credit, right? And so if you're a deadbeat, you can't really do nothing in life. You can't get in a club. Like that shit is on your ID. Like
It'll
so when they
stop you from
swipe your
having fun.
shit, like you can't
That's
buy
lit.
liquor. Yeah, like you can't go into certain restaurants. You can't do certain things in life because you gotta swipe this card and it's gonna swipe and say deadbeat, deadbeat, and
Yeah.
then it's over for you.
you
Like you
can't
can't
you
get
can't buy
in
no
there.
bottles at the club because they be like, oh no, you got to send this to your child. I
Yeah, you
love it.
can't do
I
that.
love
Like
that.
so I think that that's what it should be. Like yes, like stop they whole lifestyle. They can't get a car. They try to go get a car. It's like really bad credit. You can't get no car. You
Hey, I
can't.
like that. You just saw. I like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like that a
I
lot.
think that's a great idea, but then you're gonna have them bums, the friends of the bums that don't have that card, that's gonna, do that for their friend. The same way
Of course.
underage drinkers used to get crackheads, you give them $5, they go get you a bottle of liquor. So it's like the
Yeah.
same way. You
Yeah,
go,
but that's in life though. You can't get an apartment.
But
It's
it
like
make
a
it
bad
makes stuff
credit.
difficult. It makes it
Yeah, it
difficult.
makes things very difficult. It's like bad, really bad credit, and you trying to do certain things you can't do it.
Cause
It's
I
like
tell you
going.
this, I'm not putting your apartment in my name. That's out of the question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know my sister does that. My sister gives each child their day. And I think it works out because she has 4 children, and 3 biologically and 1 that she adopted. And she just gives everybody their day and their separate day to make sure that they, don't feel left out or feel, secluded.
That's creative.
If
One good thing
I
that could
tell
come.
one of them that they my favorite. So when one is, I'm like, you my favorite. But they all know that I say it to
Right.
all of
Yeah.
them. So, they snitched
But
on me.
one good thing that could come from when you have a kid that may have physical disabilities or something that requires more attention, what then could happen is one of those older kids then becomes, instead of a sibling, they almost take on an aunt uncle role where they're helping with the younger child. I've seen that happen too. Sometimes people get jealous of the younger kid, like, oh, you had the baby, they're gonna get all the attention. And some people start, hey, can I change the baby? I want to help. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a problem too. Shout out to Dr. Umar. One time I was watching him, and he had mentioned about. He said, we always catering to the black boys, but what about the young girls who are playing a baby daddy role? Who mother got multiple
Mm.
children and they the oldest child and they gotta act like they're the other parent
They
and they
can't go
gotta
outside
do
and play because
yeah
they
they
got help with
gotta
homework.
they gotta help the parent raise these other kids. That's not my kid, B.
Facts.
I want to
Facts.
go hang out with my friends. Why I gotta act like your baby daddy? Nah, that's not fair, and that causes
That's true.
problems too.
That
But
definitely does.
sometimes that's how life go. And you know what I mean? Like you said earlier, like things happen. And like you said, you gotta be ready and prepared for it. Like I know
When
I'm my mama's little husband. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like it was purposely done or pressure was put on me and stuff like that. It was just that I was the tomboy. I know how to fix
those
everything.
were the cards that was dealt to the family
Yeah,
though.
I know how to fix everything. I know how to, you know what I'm saying? I know how to do things. Like I'm not scared of whatever's coming, so it just it was happening. I don't feel slighted by it. You know what I'm saying? I took care of my.
Yeah, but I understand. You definitely understand Bad's perspective though, because it's not fair if you don't want to do it. Sometimes something happens to your family, and you just have to pick up. Once my sister, she flipped her car over. I had to take off of work, and she has 4 kids, so I can't cook. So I was spending money that I didn't intend on spending. I was willing to do it, but still, I had to help her. Like, you never know what you're going to do until you're put in that situation. Like, I might have, if it came to the point where I had to bathe my sister because she couldn't make it to the bathroom, that's just what I would have had to do. You just do what you have to do when it comes to family.
Yes, and like
and you
what
gotta
they said,
instill values. It's about values. So we were put on this earth to be of service, right? So you once you understand that, then you'll be more selfless. You are limitless when you are selfless. You gotta do acts of service. My daughter, her father had 2 babies in this pandemic, and she went from being daddy's little girl, the only child, to feeling resentment because she felt like he was adding these children without consulting her. And like Babs was saying, she felt like, I don't want to help. Like, I want to go do all these things. And then because she never did raise a child, or I don't have any other children, there were certain things she didn't know how to do, and when she would do them wrong, she would get in trouble. So that made her get away from the baby. She's like, well, let me leave him alone so I don't get in trouble, and then that turns into her not even liking him. So I just feel
Parents
like
have to stop that too. We have to stop getting mad at people for not doing something they were never chosen.
hello. So it's like
We
we got
gotta
to
stop
understand
that.
that that's a part of being of service too, teaching. So it's like now I've always told my daughter that's not your those are not your stepbrothers, those are your brothers. Like we are all an extended family. I'm pouring that value into her and I'm making her understand her positioning. So it's like I do understand what Babs is saying, but it's also about us understanding that, you know, family is important. Like you were saying, you didn't want to do those things for your, only you wanted to do those things, but you didn't anticipate that. And it wasn't within your budget, but you made it happen. And God is going to continue to provide. We're not starving. So as long as we have, God is going to keep providing and we should provide for others.
Family is important, but I don't feel like a, um, a child should be helping the mother do everything because they don't have help from the other parent.
So we
Like I know that I was in a relationship. One of my exes, she had 5 siblings and she was the oldest. And she told me it was a lot on her. She said that she couldn't for a lot of years she didn't remember her mother not being pregnant or having a baby on her
Wow.
breast. And she said that it affected her so much that she didn't even want to have children. She was like, I'm tired of changing. I've been changing Pampers and feeding babies since I was a kid. You know, so it affected her. Cause for me, I'm like, yo, what's good? I want to have some kids. I want 3, 4 kids. She like, bitches, you crazy? Like, I'm not having all of kids. I did that when I was 10. You know
I,
what I'm saying? Like washing all of the clothes, going to the laundromat with 5 siblings' clothes, her mother clothes, her stepfather clothes.
I
It was a lot on her.
yeah, I didn't think about it like that. I did it with my mom and my sister, but at that point is, you know, and it was just me and my mom and my sister. Maybe 5 people would have been crazy, but if I don't help, we fall apart. You know what I'm saying? And it was already enough pressure on my mom to raise 2 kids by herself. And I've seen options like you do not have to be a mother. You do not have to be a father. You could leave and say, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? And I know so many people that's happened to. So like, you know, my mom is very vocal about her drug addiction. So even in that, I appreciate the lights never going out. So if she got to go work under the table or something like that, and I got to throw the food in the microwave, hold me and my sister down, then I have to do that, because if I don't play that role at that age, we fall apart.
it
You know what I'm
affects, but
saying? So
it
it's like,
affects
I
life
do
too.
or I don't.
When I was a
No,
kid, my aunt used to always tell me, watch the kids. I was only 3 months older than some of them. So I'm like, it's like, watch the kids, right? And even now in my adulthood, I'm looked at, I'm the youngest, I'm looked at and given way more responsibility because I they feel like I can handle it. Like even the other day, we were at a barbecue at my brother's house. My hands were literally full. My niece was doing something she shouldn't be doing. And everyone was like, grab her. I'm like, how? It's like, it's great that y'all see me as someone that could do anything, everything. But it's like, all I do is ask God to continue to give me strength, money, and everything so that I can provide for my family. Because even me being the youngest in my family, people look to me for way more. I'm like, well, I'm the baby. But it's like they foresee something in me, and God keeps providing for me so I can provide for them, and I'm just grateful. So I do understand what y'all saying, but I agree with what Luck is saying. Sometimes you got to just strap it on and make it happen for your family, because what is the other option?
I was tight when I had to take my brother to school and take him home. My friends want to hang out and play, and I'm like, damn, I got this little nigga. I got to take this little nigga home. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's not fair. I want to hang out with my friends. And I had to do some extra, you know, because my mother had to go to work. And so she wanted to buy a Gucci bag or whatever instead of paying for somebody to come pick this little nigga up from school.
It wasn't like that for us, and I apologize to my sister today, because I come from a family who has post-traumatic slave disorder. I had a horrible temper growing up, so I didn't. And my sister was just, I don't know what was wrong with her, but I used to beat her up a lot, and I I've cried to my sister and apologized, because she tells me as an adult how I made it feel. But at that time, I'm a kid. I just didn't know how to handle somebody who was borderline insane. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, especially if we're not whole as a person and trying to help with that situation, it can help, you know, it could affect it as well. So I apologize, Shantae, for fucking you up when we was a kid. My bad. I don't do it no more, right?
Babs, I'm mad at you now. Now I call my older sister and like, I'm sorry I had to tag along when you was with your friends. Like, I didn't want to be with her, but I guess she didn't want me to be with her either.
Yo, dead ass. And you probably had a big ass mouth too, running home telling shit.
Like,
yo,
oh my God.
that's what I'm saying. Big ass mouth. I was that nah. Find somebody to pick this nigga up. I'm about to turn up and he about to blow my whole spot. No.
Yeah, I definitely stopped the guys from trying to holler at her and all that. My sister's 4 years older than me. I was like, hey, no, we stop that.
Yeah, and I'm 5 years older than my brother. So tell your sister
I'm sorry
that you sorry. Period.
I'm sorry for your brother too. I am.
Yeah, little brothers ain't shit.
Until we get older and y'all need us for something.
That's my guy right now. That's my bestie.
I know he is.
Exactly.
But again, it turned out she had 4 kids and she later needed my help. So that's the thing about helping your family.
Whatever. Younger siblings are annoying.
Hey, look.
Calm down. I'm the youngest sibling. What you're not doing is that.
I'm the firstborn.
You know what you're not doing is that. The second is always the best.
And I be popping mad shit with my siblings around and we around my parents. I be like, yo, ma, tell them that they afterthoughts. Tell them that I'm the life changer. Me. I changed your life. And I looked at my dad. I said, Daddy, who changed your life? He said, you did. I said, that's right. All you niggas is afterthoughts, baby.
If they got it right the first time, why are they trying?
What?
Hello, that's what I wanted to know.
Why did they keep trying?
That's what I want to know.
What happened?
They got it right the first time with y'all, then why they keep trying?
Listen, it don't matter. I'm the firstborn. Whatever happens after me is the second thought. I don't matter. I changed their life. They didn't know what it was like to have a kid until I came out the box. You feel me?
We were
Period.
dummies.
You're the crash test dummy. Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't no crash test dummy. I paved the way. I told my siblings I paved the way. The blueprint come from me.
We the ones that
God said he's saving the best things for last. Shout out to the youngest in the clan. Yeah.
The last one doing
drop on our heads like, oh, can't drop a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like we was.
My sister dropped me.
I'm the love child. By the time my brother was born, they was already beefing and shit. He done tried to say the relationship, baby. Okay.
That was to try to put the relationship together, baby.
No, that's a shot. Yo, I'm stayed away from that.
My brother is to save the relationship, baby. Okay. Yeah. I'm the love child. I'm the love child.
Nah, I'm out of here.
So is it safe to say that you're the child that started breaking the relationship down and then they try to have that baby to salvage something? No? That's what I got from what you just said. No? Okay.
Nah.
All right.
My father was just...
So we were like, okay, I want to raise her this way. You were like, no, I need to raise her this way. See, you cause problems.
Listen, I'm the firstborn. I'm the love child. All right. Now my pops was the young dude doing what young dudes do, and you know my brother was to save the relationship, baby. Like, hey, I'm pregnant again, and it didn't work. So at the end of the day, I did a bid. My father did a bid with me. You crazy? My brother ain't even have my father in the crib as long as I did. That nigga came. My father said, "Deuces, I'm out of here."
I don't agree with what she's saying, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Yo, Mo, thank you for joining the show, man.
Yeah, more than welcome.
Topics before we get out of here. I love you, my brother. Make sure y'all follow Mo _Betta BETTA.
I love you another day, Babs. Not today. Bye.
Great person in my life, and I'm thankful for God to have him in my life. And may God continue, Yahweh continue blessing you and all that you're doing, enlarging your territory. May your harvest grow for all of the good works that you put in on for the DMV area, my brother.
Big old sis. I appreciate it.
That's my guy right there. Oh, Betta Mo. I'm sorry. He let me say the wrong thing. It's BETTA _MO. Make sure y'all follow him. You know, good friend to have. Trust me. And I don't be saying that.
Yes. Shout out to Mo.
I ain't never said that about Babs. So, Yo, I wanted to run through some of these topics, man, because we got some hot topics out there, man. But that just ate the One of them I wanted to talk about. You want me to read it off, Miss Lissa? We got it. How we doing it? I know you outside.
Do it.
Do it. All right, let me try to be my best Miss Lissa today. I can't even do it. All right, 2 people fall into a chocolate tank at the M&M factory, and rescuers had to go in and rescue them. The good folks at M&M have been a genuine chocolate disaster on their hand. 2 people got trapped in a chocolate factory vat, not on purpose, we think, and required jaws of life to get rescued. Sounds like something straight out of Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory. Went down in Lancaster, PA, not too far from Hershey, PA. It's unclear right now how the 2 people fell into the vat, but the authorities reportedly had to cut a hole inside of the tank to get them out. The first victim was reportedly rescued at 3:10 p.m. The second, 15 minutes later. No word yet if the vat was filled to the brim or empty when the victims went out. I think it's hilarious to fall into
Willy Wonka.
That's what happened to Augustus Gloop.
Yo, hilarious. What would y'all do if it happened to you?
First of all,
I'm gonna definitely call my lawyer. I'm suing if nothing else.
That's the whole fact. But I'm a panic type of person, and I don't want to go out in a bucket of chocolate. Like, so I'd have just been trying to stay calm, but just panicking at the same time. So I know my check would have been lovely, because the way I would have been acting, I was ready to sue when they put me in the MRI machine. I said, what the fuck is this? I had a whole panic attack in me. I was ready to sue the doctor who fucking gave me the referral, the nurse bitches in there that told me to lay up in that shit. Yeah, I need that bag.
I never eat chocolate again. All right, so
all you gotta do is while you in the chocolate, so you can remain calm, is you gotta just sing, it's Bonin' Biggie, Biggie, it's Bonin' Biggie, Biggie, it's Bonin', and then you gonna be calm. And by the time you finish the song, they gonna come pick you up, get you up out that chocolate. You heard?
There's another story that's going around right now. Geico, the insurance company with the little Geico in the commercial, we've all seen it, must pay $5.2 million to a woman who contacted HPV from having unprotected sex in her ex-boyfriend's insured car. The court ruled it. Now, of course, Geico right now, they're trying to appeal the decision, but who knew that having unprotected sex and contacting a STD would get you a bag? Now, of course, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think she might be of European descent, because I cannot imagine any of Shaniqua's or any of us going and trying to sue Liberty Mutual because I contacted something in the car.
All of the chicks from Pimps Up, Hold Down is so mad right now. They had no idea. All the prostitutes, all the strippers that do prostitution, y'all all mad right now. Y'all didn't know that y'all could have got a bag from having STDs, unprotected sex. It's crazy. But it's always somebody that get that first bag. I remember when the lady sued McDonald's and got all of that money because she said the coffee was too hot.
Yeah.
So now they put caution hot on the cup. So you got to just make sure that you caution everything, because now when you get your insurance policy, that's going to be in all of the policies now, as far as like we not liable for STDs if you have sex in your car.
Or basically it's to make it illegal to have unprotected.
So what about all the people that got bodies in the car? Like all the people, like, you know, if you in your car, somebody harm you, can you sue the insurance company for that? I'm pretty sure you could do all kinds. If my girl swing on me in the car, yeah, I'm about to sue.
Well, I don't know. The girl grabbed the wheel of the car while I was driving my car and I crashed, but I should have been able to sue somebody.
You could have sued. You could have sued the insurance company. You could have sued.
I sue myself?
I don't know about that.
I wonder what would happen if I tried to sue myself.
I don't know.
Listen, we can't hear you. I'm going after the insurance company now. I ain't never.
Oh no, I was talking over there to
someone
over here. I don't know what's happening where I don't understand how the insurance company is liable. I really, truly don't. I think this is just some BS. And of course, I feel like this person is of Caucasian descent as well, because I just feel like we're not thinking of it like that. Because we could have, like, what? That's even like, I think there was like a case where like somebody that was trying to burglarize someone's home, they got cut by like a knife.
Yeah, and was able to sue the homeowner. I came in there to burglarize your home, and now that I'm here, you know.
Speaking of that, it's off topic, but it just made me think of this story. And so you're talking about burglarizing somebody's home and that they sued. So it was this story, right? And it was this man, and his house was broken into like 3 different times. And so what he did was set up a booby trap. And he acted like he wasn't home, but he was really home, and he was in his basement, and he had the burner with him. And so he waited, and sure enough, and they was teenagers, 2 cousins, a guy and a girl. I think they was 15 and 16. And one of them, the boy went in first. He climbed through the window while his cousin was waiting for him. And then he shot the boy. Bang. Bodied him. And then the girl, you can hear her because he recorded this. He had this shit, a tape recorder recording everything. And then he shot him, and he was like, yeah, got him. One down. He was waiting for the other one. You could hear the girl calling her cousin like, yo, what's good? Like, what's taking you so long? So she climbed in to go get him. And when she went down the stairs, she got hit too. Bang. And so anyway, he went to jail. They was all Caucasian. He went to jail for murder. And he tried to say, oh, they broke into my house. But the fact that they had his tape recorded and realized that he set that whole thing up for them to, basically rob him. And so he can kill them. He went to jail.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Switch your topics right quick with one of my favorite topics that we had on the menu today. Chloe Bailey speak on what she's looking for in a relationship. Chloe Bailey, you already know the Bailey sisters, and reveals age gaps are not a problem. I need someone to teach me some things. How do you ladies feel about that before I get into this?
Well, first of all, I'm here for what she said. When I was younger, young dudes couldn't really teach me anything. And my dude was older than me, of course. And he had the car. The young boys was on the bikes. I don't want to ride on the back of the bike. I don't want you to teach me how to ride a bike. My father taught me how to ride a bike. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good off that. And so at the end of the day, my boo, he had a car, he had his own crib, he had money. He was teaching me things. And I was one of the fortunate young girls, because I do know some girls that was dealing with older guys, and they was cutting school, and they was getting pregnant early. And my old guy did not want that for me. He pushed me to go to school, okay, because he was cheating on his girlfriend with me, and his baby mother was older than him, and she was the police, okay? So at the end of the day, he looking at me like, you can't be no bird, because when I end this with her, I got to make sure that, on a level or a higher level. Like, you cute, you young, but you got to get your shit together. And so he pushed me to get my stuff together. So I was blessed, to have that situation. But I do feel like a young boy can't teach you how to do nothing but ride on the back of the bike, share sandwiches together. Because my young boys, we used to do that. We used to get the sandwich that come with the free soda, and we used to bust that down and share that together. We used to get 4 chicken wings and french fries and split. I take 2, he take 2, and we used to get the big iced tea from the Chinese restaurant and split that in half. I didn't want to do that anymore.
You wanted some lobster and shrimp.
I wanted lobster and shrimp, and my old head was getting me lobster, shrimp, crab legs, all that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Miss Lissa says she got to go. We know that Lissa's out here, but I just want to say that my baby is younger than me right now, and I'm enjoying the relationship. I even know she teach me a lot of things. I'm talking about, she's from Brooklyn and stuff. So, but shout out the legend Hakeem Green in the building. But I definitely am here for the relationships. Not no R. Kelly situation, but I'm definitely here for the age gap. Because you're able to learn something, to teach something. When I was younger, I dated girls who was a little older than me. I learned what I needed to, and then now I'm back, over here with the younger ladies. So each one teach one. That's what it is. You are now tuned to the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Stay prayed up. Don't forget, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got free ministry. The link is in my bio. We are helping change lives out here through God. We love y'all. Miss Lissa out here. She got to go. Go to the check. Go to the
And I agree with
bag.
you can date
tickets
whoever
on
you
sale
want.
right now. Tickets on sale right now. Queen of the Ring, June 25th, live in ATL. Hit the link in my bio. Cop a ticket. If you can't pull up to the event, you know what you can still do? You can still cop a ticket. And if you cop the ticket, you can give it away to a fan that want to come to the event. Come up on the show. I'll pull you up, and you can give your ticket away live on the BEC show. So support the cause, support the brand. You already know the vibe.
That's right.
Okay, I have an interview with the legend, okay, D.O.C. So I want everybody to say hello to D.O.C.
Let's go!
Oh, man.
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
That's what a pleasure to meet him. What's going on, King?
So I talk to y'all,
I
everybody. Get your ticket for Caroline's. I'm going to be at Caroline's on Broadway June 19th, Al. And get those tickets for Queen of the Ring as well. See y'all on Monday.
Tell D.O.C. I just heard that record where he was shouting out Crooked Eye, and he was talking about the people from the West Coast. I just heard that new record he got. Super fire, D.O.C. Super legend. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, baby. Thank you so much.
Talk to y'all later. God
Yes.
bless.
Oh, later.
All right, y'all.